The atmosphere in Boston suddenly shifted after an unexpected moment occurred during the ARIRANG tour soundcheck session. Fans who had been eagerly anticipating the best performance from the BTS members were surprised by Jimin's sudden action of stopping his practice in the middle of concert preparations. Initially, the atmosphere inside the stadium was incredibly lively. Jimin and Jungkook appeared to be going through their practice session as usual, while perfecting several parts of the choreography to be performed at the upcoming concert. The cheers of ARMY resonating from various corners of the stadium further added to the excitement of that afternoon. Jimin was seen smiling repeatedly while greeting the fans who had arrived early. His energy seemed truly extraordinary, even though the tight tour schedule meant the BTS members had to move from one city to another in a short amount of time. However, the fans' attention suddenly turned to Jimin when he stopped his movements for a few moments. The 30-year-old singer was seen taking a deep breath while bowing his head, as if he was trying to recover his energy before resuming practice. Not long after, Jungkook, who was not far from that spot, immediately walked over to him. The two seemed to speak briefly before Jungkook gently patted Jimin's shoulder. Although their conversation could not be heard clearly, that brief interaction instantly became a hot topic of discussion among the fans. Many fans suspected that Jimin was simply feeling exhausted after going through such a packed series of activities over the past few days. Others believed that their idol merely needed a brief moment to catch his breath before continuing the practice. The moment passed very quickly. A few seconds later, Jimin stood back up with his signature smile and resumed practicing with Jungkook just like before. This situation brought a sense of relief to many fans. Even so, the atmosphere in the stadium had felt completely silent for a moment. Thousands of eyes were fixed on the two BTS members, especially after seeing how quickly Jungkook reacted to make sure Jimin was alright. Quite a few fans praised their closeness. According to them, Jungkook's action of immediately approaching Jimin showed the care and concern that has been built over the years as group mates and close friends. On social media, various short clips of the soundcheck session began to circulate widely. Several fans admitted they were surprised to see the sudden shift in atmosphere that happened in just a matter of seconds. Some also hoped that Jimin would be able to get enough rest before the concert started. On the other hand, many ARMYs believed that Jimin was simply trying to give his absolute best on stage. Known as someone who always pays attention to every detail of a performance, Jimin often pushes himself to keep practicing in order to provide a memorable experience for the fans. Meanwhile, Jungkook's presence by Jimin's side once again became the center of attention. For some fans, the moment served as proof that the teamwork and togetherness among the BTS members remained strong, even amidst such a tight and exhausting schedule. Now, the attention of fans worldwide is focused on the massive concert that will soon be held in Boston. After that moment which made the stadium suddenly fall silent, many people are curious about what other surprises Jimin and Jungkook might have prepared for their next performance. That moment instantly changed the atmosphere inside the stadium. Just seconds prior, thousands of ARMYs were still singing and chanting Jimin and Jungkook's names with sheer enthusiasm. But when Jimin suddenly stopped his movements and bowed his head for a moment, the initially festive atmosphere slowly turned to silence. Many fans were seen looking at each other and wondering what was actually happening. Some of them tried to figure out whether Jimin was just taking a short break or experiencing fatigue after going through such a packed schedule over the past few days. In several corners of the stadium, fans could be seen raising their mobile phones to record the moment. Not a few also tried to observe Jimin's facial expression from a distance. The situation grew more tense when the camera shots on the giant screen displayed Jimin and Jungkook alternately. The entire stadium's attention seemed fixated on one single point. The backup dancers paused their movements for a few moments, while the music faded into the background. In such a quiet atmosphere, Jungkook quickly stepped closer to Jimin to check on his member's condition. Even though their conversation could not be heard clearly, that brief interaction only made the fans more curious. Some people admitted to holding their breath out of worry after seeing the atmosphere change so rapidly. However, that tension did not last long. After a brief moment, Jimin lifted his head again and showed a warm smile to the fans. He then raised his hand, waving to various directions as if wanting to reassure everyone that he was perfectly fine. Instantly, the stadium that was previously filled with silence erupted with the cheers of the fans. Enthusiastic screams could be heard from all corners, even louder than before. Many armies confessed to feeling relieved upon seeing Jimin stand back up and continue practicing with Jungkook. The brief moment might have only lasted for a few seconds, but for the fans who were present in person, the incident became a memory that won't easily be forgotten. To this day, videos and photos of the soundcheck session continue to circulate widely on social media, while fans keep talking about Jungkook's care as he immediately approached Jimin without the slightest hesitation. Amidst an atmosphere still filled with curiosity, the fans' attention returned to Jimin and Jungkook. Even though the moment only lasted for a few seconds, the brief interaction between the two became one of the most talked about topics among the armies inside the stadium. Jungkook was seen walking quickly toward Jimin's position the moment he realized his member had stopped practicing. His facial expression looked serious, as if he wanted to make sure that Jimin was truly okay. His hurried steps did not escape the notice of the fans who had been continuously observing the soundcheck session from the very beginning. Meanwhile, Jimin was seen bending his body slightly while taking a deep breath. Despite this, he still tried to show a faint smile to the people around him. That smile made many fans feel a little calmer, even though worry was still clearly visible on their faces. Jungkook then stood right next to Jimin and appeared to say something in a low voice. No one knew the contents of that brief conversation because the music still playing from the speakers drowned out their voices. Shortly after, Jimin slowly lifted his head and nodded a few times. Jungkook patted his shoulder gently once more before the two exchanged smiles. That simple interaction instantly drew reactions from the fans who had been paying attention to their every move from the start. A few seconds later, Jimin and Jungkook were standing side by side again under the stage lights. They immediately resumed their practice as if nothing had happened prior. However, for the fans, that brief moment left a profound impression. Quite a few armies felt that Jungkook's actions reflected the incredibly tight bond among the BTS members. After years of performing together in various countries, they are perceived to be capable of understanding each other's condition without needing to say too many words. Until now, many fans are still trying to guess the content of that short conversation. Some believe that Jungkook was just asking about Jimin's condition, while others think the two were discussing a specific part of the performance they would showcase in the major Boston concert. Whatever actually happened, one thing is for certain. That brief moment served as proof that small gestures of care can sometimes leave a much bigger impression on the fans' hearts. Until the soundcheck session ended, neither Jimin nor Jungkook provided an explanation regarding what had actually happened in the middle of the practice. Both chose to continue their preparations while occasionally waving to the fans who kept showing support from various corners of the stadium. Even though it only lasted for a few seconds, the moment succeeded in changing an atmosphere initially full of cheers into complete silence. Thousands of fans seemed to feel the tension when Jimin stopped moving and Jungkook approached him without hesitation. It is not surprising that various speculations began to emerge on social media. Some fans assumed that Jimin simply needed time to recover his energy after going through a very tight schedule. Others believed that the singer was trying to maintain his physical condition so it remained in prime shape ahead of the huge concert in Boston. On the other hand, many armies specifically highlighted Jungkook's care as he immediately stood by Jimin's side. That brief interaction was seen as a reflection of their closeness forged over the years, both as colleagues and as friends who always support one another in various situations. Now, the fans' attention is fixed on the performance that is about to take place. They are looking forward to seeing whether Jimin will once again show the extraordinary energy he is globally known for, or if there will be another surprise prepared by BTS for such a highly anticipated night. Did Jimin just need a brief moment to recover his energy, or was there another reason behind stopping a practice? What is certain is that the short moment left thousands of fans in Boston holding their breath, making them even more impatient for Jimin and Jungkook's performance on stage. And if the soundcheck session alone brought such a sensational moment, many believe that this concert might hold an even bigger surprise.